we did this, we used this PowerPoint, and it was sent out to a few people, but since it applies this year as well, it's like it was a system that if you did the things that we talked about last year, then this would be the second year of doing those things and applying those same amendments to your soil. And so I'm going to show this again because we talked about. I'm clicking, but it's not continuing. Okay.
I think you can make it bigger as well on the screen. I'm going to turn off some lights and once you see this.
Okay, can you guys see this?
Click on the slideshow.
Yeah.
Make it a slideshow so she doesn't have to frame.
Okay, so this is the recipe we talked about last year for 100 square feet. And if you were going to do this just for your garden, that's probably good. This is not something you want to do for your lawn or for large area. Topsoil, of course. We talked about the gypsum. What this does is it helps to leach salt out of the soil. And in our area here, we have real high alkalinity. And it's not something that we can really control. So, and also, like you mentioned, the water from the river is very salty. So our soil is salty, then we add more salt to the water. This is the calcium sulfate is just a really good. There's a chemical reaction that happens where it binds to the salts and it makes them heavy, so that they drop when you water again. They leach right out of the soil and they run off. So it's a lot. The first year you apply it, I applied 30 pounds, and it's a lot. But it really has helped in my yard.
Okay, we're talking about not garden like growing food, but just anywhere in flower beds. Is that what
That too, garden too. Yeah.
Okay, not anywhere.
Well, what I'm saying is this would be for a particular area because you're talking about a lot of stuff here. And
So
it's
not for
not
like your grass, but for your beds.
Yeah, you wouldn't. This is not something you'd apply over your entire property, but for a specific area where you're trying to target.
Oh.
And the sharp sand or builder's sand, it's you can buy it in bags or you can buy it in bulk. But it really helps to break up the clay here in our area. I know a lot of people have hauled in soil. I did not haul in soil. I'm choosing to amend the soil we have here, and so that's why I recommend that. And also the gypsum, because let's just face it, you just can't haul in enough soil. So there's never enough. And then the soil pad, of course. So add those ingredients for 2 years. So this would be the second year if you started last year. And then every 5 to 6 years, you apply the gypsum 10 pounds per 100 square feet. So, and that's just easy, simple stuff, simple to do. So when you have those basics, then you can add in your well-rotted manure and your other organic stuff. If you're using grass clippings, like Brother Everett talked about, you'll need to add extra nitrogen fertilizer to help break down the mulch, because it's still not decayed yet. And it will take the nitrogen away from your plants if you don't add extra. Then peat moss is always a good thing. It can help lower the pH of your soil, so it's not so basic. Because it is. Let's face it, it's basic. I did the soil test and it came out like 8.2. Tomatoes like 7.6. They're more of the acid loving. And maybe some of you have done a soil test. Amber, if you're not.
I haven't, but my friend Tanya Neely just did one and it was 8 point something on there. So
yeah. So tomatoes like less. I mean, they'll do fine, but they really prefer less. So, and then a balanced fertilizer, like we talked about out there, and that you just incorporate that to your entire garden, and then you build your beds or your mounds or your boxes or however you're deciding to do it. Let stand for 4 weeks to let the organic matter sort of get a jump on it.
Is this all pre-planting?
Pre-planting.
Okay, so if we,
Yeah.
are we gonna talk about how we already have plants every year? Do you need to keep adding things to your flower beds to
Yeah, that
keep them healthy?
this list right here, the extras, would be good. Yeah.
And you just kind of like till it in randomly
Yeah,
in
well,
your beds.
you know, it depends on what you're doing. If you're talking about a flower bed,
Yeah, just all the flower beds everywhere. I want to keep them healthy and everything growing okay. So
yeah.
every year, do I bring more soil in? Because I know a lot of people will just keep adding the soil to their beds every
Yeah.
year, bringing
Each-
a load or whatever.
Exactly, and this doesn't even address after you've planted, you're going to want to add mulch. And here, I think mulch is probably one of the most important things you can do because not only the soil pad is a perfect mulch because not only is it a fertilizer, but it acts as a mulch and it breaks down over the season. So each year you need to renew it. So that answers your question.
Yeah, and the soil pep is just we buy that, or is that what we're doing here?
You can buy the soil pad, yeah. It's sold under various names. Nutrimulch is probably the most popular one, but it's
Okay.
also a little more expensive than some others. So, and they're made of different things. Nutrimulch has turkey guano in it. Some others have bat guano, down the line. So you find your own preference. Or poop, I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
You say that you need to let this soil prep stand for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll get to this, but for planting a garden, like how soon do we need to get on that?
That would be now.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
More. Yeah, now is a great time, and now is it's actually a little past the time where you prune, but we thought it's a great time to talk about pruning anytime, so it's good. If you were to do it this week, you could probably be fine. And you really can prune throughout the season, but you want to be really careful how much you do, because it does take away from the fruiting production for the next season. So everything you do this year is impacted in next year's fruit crops. Okay. So you can, and you know there are a lot of little things that measuring, like how much growth you have in your trees, and in order to know how much fertilizer to apply. And you're welcome to call me anytime. I love to talk about that. I'd love to come visit your trees, and so we can there you go. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
Let's see.
Don't touch it.
We talked about this with Brother Everett. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and K. Just a quick rule of thumb. Nitrogen takes care of all things green, helps things grow up, leafy and green. Phosphorus is down, it takes care of roots and helps helps the plant produce carbohydrates so that it can produce fruits and seeds. And then the potassium is just, it affects what's called plant vigor. It helps it it specifically affects plant metabolism. So, and metabolism of the plant is the same as ours. So that's good to know. Let's see. Yeah, and you know what we should do? Let's put this up on the website because we're running out of time and we won't have time to go over everything. But you're welcome to go through this. It's got just basic stuff, and there's a really great website that has tons of how-to videos. If you have